Okay, listen, this is kind of impromptu. I just jumped on and said, let me just go ahead and knock out these couple episodes. This is my review for Beyond the Gates. This is episode 109 through 111 of season one. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Uh, ugh. That's all I got to say. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, it is late and you made it. I didn't even do our background or anything. So this is really kind of off the cuff. I just said, let me go ahead in here and talk before I actually take myself and go to bed somewhere. But not a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch of content in Monday through Wednesday. But don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Look, somebody said they went to sleep on it. I ain't giving them all that yet. But it was really, I think they were just leading us to a place for the most part. They're leading us to a place. You know, we'll have that every now and again. So that's cool. That's cool. You lead us to the place, and it just better be good when we get there. Tomorrow is Thursday. I trust their process. You know, Thursday is our day. Thursday is when it kicks off. Every Thursday is the place to be on Beyond the Gates. So it's cool. So one thing I did want to say, did you notice they changed the music? The intro music? Or is that just me? It's a very subtle change to the intro music. It's not bad, but I don't know that I love it. I don't know that I love it. It's kind of dated. It's given like a nostalgic. It's going to like a nostalgic feel. I don't like that. I don't like that. I like it the way it was. The way it was, it had a pop to it. It seems like they pulled the pop out and made it feel very Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. I don't know. I thought it was just me at first. I was like, they changed this music. I don't. It kind of like they took some of the life out of the music, but again, just me. Got my notes. Just me. Okay. Bill and Haley in episode 109. We got Bill and Haley, and y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. All I got out of that, when Bill came down them steps and Sammy was in the house, what's up? Newlyweds, where you just literally have random men in your house. Why? Random. And you don't know him. First of all, the fact that you claim you don't know him is nothing but BS because he works for Joey. All of them are connected like that. So that didn't work. I said, okay, y'all doing, they hit me with some kind of like Tyler Perry kind of stuff. They like just threw something in and like, oh, you just accept it. No, I'm not going to just accept it. The whole Randy working with Haley thing, all that said to me is that all that said to me is that I don't like it. It says that she's really, really not to be trusted. She got her hands in a lot of things that she ain't got no business having her hand in. So hopefully that's what they were trying to give it to us. You know, I think that maybe they're trying to really build for us that Haley is not innocent, but we knew that. We knew that. We've been watching. We know that Haley is not to be trusted. She is a female version of Bill, and she's going to be a problem. She's going to be a problem. And here's the thing. Every time she goes through these extreme, foolish behaviors, it tends to backfire on her and literally run Bill and Danny right back to each other. So I just kind of laugh at that. I laugh at it every time it happens. It's like, girl, you put it out there. You create this energy that you have in your marriage when all you got to do is just take the man and go on. Just take the man and go on. You got the man. Just go live. But you want to win. You can't win. You know why you can't win? Because he don't belong to you, really. He don't. He don't. Come on with the love from the Navy base down to Norfolk, Virginia. So good to see y'all. He's not yours. That's just all that is today. Bill does not belong to Haley. Bill don't belong to Haley. Danny don't belong to Andre. Danny and Bill are not done with each other. They're not. They're both broken. They're both crazy. They both are mad with each other about how things have gone and are going. They just, it is what it is. No one can gain them because they're really not available. They really are not. And that's what I'm actually seeing more and more with them. But Haley is too bold with her bull crap. And I think Bill is so preoccupied with this fleeting health that he has going on. He's not really going to tell them how he really feels. He's like hiding a lot of stuff, and he's scared. He's scared. He is actually scared. He is actually seeing his immortality. You know what I mean? He's scared. He's scared. So that's that. That's why I think a lot of things be like sliding by, and then the business, and then the sideways business. A lot of that stuff is just kind of out of whack right now. So Bill's not at his best, child. At your best, you are now. No, he ain't at his best, child. And he ain't really ready for her. But when he actually get back on, he's going to tear Haley up. She's not going to keep running around here carrying the way that she is. I promise you she's not. Now, here's the thing. Everything broke out. Everything kind of broke out. Danny ends up going down here. They're at the club. We had Andre go and break off everything with Danny for Ashley. I said, broke everything off. Ashley seen the two of them together last Friday. Y'all remember that? And now she's mad. And then she ends up telling Andre, you know what? I understand you want to go through some changes and this, that, thing, and the other. But the changes are not going to be with me. I said, the nerve. The nerve. I said, oh my. Okay. So I was happy. I was the only one happy. I'm the only one happy. Danny over there, she's upset about Bill and Haley. Haley read her the right act and all of that, was being all mean, and she was feeling all guilty, but she kind of got it like, girl, no. You might feel bad, but it ain't. It really is what you said it was. She's a hot mess. But Danny's out of sorts. Andre's out of sorts. And then Shanice and Andre are free to bump into each other. So I was happy. 109 made me happy. Friday, I wasn't so happy. Y'all remember, I wasn't so happy. I was like, wait a minute, they holding up my love triangle. But Shanice and Andre are both free again. So I can't wait. They got to just move that along and put my Shanice and my Andre together so we can have everything pop off. So Mama and Papa were down at the club and they met with this guy, Devon. Devon, his father was a friend from back in the day and was a performer. Y'all seen that whole little thing, baby. They're bringing, like I said, they freed up Danny and put Danny and Devon. Did y'all see the exchange between Danny and Devon? She's looking at him. He's a little morsel. He is. He's a little morsel. She looked at him. I said, "Oh, Andre, there go a problem." Because Danny, they done found Danny somebody her age. That's gonna be a problem. Yes, Devon is from Young and the Restless. He's from Young and the Restless, so I'm not worried about him acting wise and that kind of thing because he's a vet. So he's gonna be fine on the show. I like this. I like this. We need to preoccupy Danny so we can get Andre wrapped up in something here, and let's get something going on because I get a little bored here. And Mama done gave up a whole, this is two now, two different situations she has actually given up for the two girls. The two girls, and this time they want to do something and want to throw Barbara's vocals in it and all of this kind of character. I'm like, I get it. I get the redemption story, but girl, you're going overboard. Like you're going overboard. But she said she want to be at home. She said, I need to be home. But she's like, because she could really kickstart her career back up with all the offers that's actually coming in. She's still a star. And she still got star power. And she could still move some stuff. So I don't know. But I'm like, okay, like I get it. The Good Samaritan thing, it's cute. It's cute. But anyway, new love interest for Danny. I seen that it was just really supposed to be a cameo, but who knows what we might get. We got stuck with fake Ted, so who knows? Who knows who we might actually get stuck with? Because I surely am still wanting Turtleneck Ted back. But anyway, let's go over to episode 110. 110 was Leslie and Eva. I don't know what this storyline is, but I ain't really all that into it. The whole thing about this inheritance. Now we all listen. We let y'all slide, and we went along for the ride with the fake lottery ticket, where she found the lottery ticket. We went along with that. Y'all know that was some bullshit. We went along with that. But this whole thing with this inheritance from where? She's a bum. She's a manipulative bum. So where is the inheritance? Who is it? Who is it? So they're gonna have to really color that up. You know, I live for Leslie. I do. I live for Leslie and all her crazy. But to walk into has an inheritance, because I think what they're trying to do is set her up to be able to stay in Fairmont Crest and actually put her into a position where she can see eye to eye with the people of Fairmont Crest, and she's going to give their ass the blues. You think Barbara is her mom? David said Barbara was a okay. They're gonna have to do something though. They're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to do something. But I could definitely see making her financially be able to not be the town bum that ain't got no business being there. You know, just they can still keep her there and it just be shame. That would work. Look how they did, like with Andre. Andre is just rich. You know, just by chance he's rich. So he gets to stay. You know what I mean? So I can see that, but they're gonna have to really color that, that line, that storyline to make it stick. Now, Regina come back. Now she got this box. Now, they wrapped this up fast. This was, I don't know how I feel about this for real, about how fast they wrapped this up. This stuff right here with Regina and June and the letter that was in there that she never actually read. And it was that she actually really she called CPS on herself. I said, well, that was a nice little twist to it. And then she really had some issues and she couldn't remember certain things. I said, okay, okay. All right. But then they wrapped it all up, put a nice little bow on it, and then she took her home with her. Now that part I ain't going for. I ain't going for it. I've been down crackhead lane before. And yeah, we're connected. Yeah, we family. But one thing I ain't doing is taking no crackhead home with me. I'm not doing it. I don't care who you were in the family and who your mama was. You not going home with me. Now I might find you somewhere to go. I might take you to your mama's house, but I ain't taking your crackhead ass home with me. Especially when I'd already been down crack lane with you before in the past. No, I'm not doing it. So I was like, nah, nah. Maybe if I hadn't actually had that, if I had never lived the crack lane experience and had to deal with a crackhead head on, maybe I'd feel different. But no, I ain't taking no crackhead home, honey. I ain't doing that. No. Mm-mm. I take you over to your mama's house, and if your mama want to let you in, then that's cool. But no, you're not going with me. Nope, 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 nope. So that was that. Um, but that's cool. We'll accept it. The sisters have reconciled, and they're back together. Bill and Haley down there to the hospital. All this bullshit. It's moving too fast. You just had a miscarriage. You just had a miscarriage. Not what is it, 24 hours ago? And now we checking you to see if you can have more babies, and the people at the hospital is entertaining it. Child, they would have sent you home. They'd have said, girl, stop. Stop. First of all, we're not getting ready to, you just had a miscarriage. We're not getting ready to start messing with you unnecessarily. We're not doing that. Like, that don't even make good sense. That was too much. That was too much. So that was that for that episode. Now, like I said, these were like fillers. I was like, this ain't giving me what I need. Now here's where we go. Now, 111. That was today. That was today. Now 111 was packed in some stuff, and it was hitting me a different kind of way because, like I said, I've been down crack alley. Okay, I done been down crackhead lane, so I know what that's all about. I've dealt with adopting children and all of that. So I got a lot of little personal stuff to say about that situation. Um, this is going to be an interesting. It's getting ready to get interesting. And it really depends on how they decide to work this. If they want to be real about it, it could be very good. If they're not real about this, it ain't gonna work. If they pull a Tyler Perry on us, this is not gonna work, and it is going to infuriate me. Okay, so we found out that Tyrell and Samantha belong to June. It was a closed adoption. So now we got nosy ass Naomi and her nosy ass husband, who I just kind of realized today what was irritating me real bad about Jacob too. Jacob, I'm tired of you looking like you reading cue cards, Jacob. Jacob's acting irritates me. It irritates me. And I kept thinking that it was mostly his stature, and that is why I can't, like, I just can't connect with him. But no, it's Jacob looks like he's reading a script. Yeah, it looks like he's reading the script. And so and so and so and so. And then so and so. And then yes. And then so and so. How about no? No, Jacob. So I think that is, I can't really get into his storylines because it just, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, Jacob. He was irritating the shit out of me. But anyway, They didn't got all into this. He come in, he tells her, they're your little cousins. This, that, thing, and the other. And then here we go with the nosy ass cousins. Because what really should happen, but you know, cousins are nosy as hell and messy as hell. But not these ones. Now, I expect my cousins to do something like that. Baby, we done found a real mother and father. Let's go on over to their house and get some shit started. You know, I got cousins that would try some mess like that. Okay? But the Duprees would have scratched and scrubbed. They would have scratched and scrubbed and been like, oh, yeah, you know, yeah, we really want the best for you. Get on out of here, bitch. Get on out of here. Run on along now. Yeah, I know what I said. Yeah. Get on out of here. That's how the Duprees actually do things. Baby, they don't bring any element in to screw with their family dynamic. And Naomi generally rolls like remember, she snapped out. She snapped all the way out about Jacob wanting to arrest Danny. So you snapped out about Jacob wanting to arrest Danny when Danny's down there playing Annie Oakley down to the wedding, clearly out in the public, but you voluntarily are willing to go over there and kick up all kind of dirt at Smitty and Martin's house. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So I'm like, okay, we picking and choosing. Now Jacob's messy ass will do it because Jacob been running around here trying to play good cop, instead of good cop, bad cop. Until Elon told him, do you want me to knock the shit out of you? You know what I mean? His dad had to put him in check. But Naomi usually ride with the family. So I don't like this. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're going to see how this goes. But I'm going to say this. That whole little thing where Samantha set it all up so that the whole family could be together and all of that type of stuff. Let me tell you something, Smitty. Let me tell you something, Smitty. I'm about sick of you. You know, earlier on, Smitty, I was ready for you to be floating in the Hudson. You getting back there. I had laid off of you for a minute. But I'm about ready for you to be afloat again because you're going to gag, Miss Thing. You are going to gag when somebody sink their teeth into Martin. See, Martin is in a way right now, and Martin got a whole lot of little stuff going on. But one thing about Martin, baby, and I think we kind of ignored a lot because Martin got so much going on. Baby, Martin is fine. And Martin is paid. And Martin got clout. And Smitty, you ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. So the fact that you think you can keep doing Martin, Miss Thing, you're going to gag. You're going to gag. You really are. You're going to gag. Because the way he's treating Martin is like he has already given up on it. He's already walked out of the relationship. And he basically act like he's single. And Martin is just getting on his damn nerves. And he won't go away. And yeah, that's Martin's house. Miss Smitty, girl, you're going to gag. You're going to gag. When somebody catches Martin's eye, you're going to gag. And I mean, all of it. He even act like the kids aren't even, like they're his kids. It's not like the kids are both of their kids. You're acting like the kids are his kids. Sweetheart, if you all do separate, who do you think the kids is going with? Martin is the reason you have the kids, girl. You're doing a whole bunch. But don't worry, Miss Smitty. This is now right here, their little dynamic, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Their dynamic. Y'all catch what I'm putting down? And I'm not doing single ladies. That definitely wasn't. If you like it, then you should have put it. That's not what I was given. That ain't what I was given. I was given ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony until I throw you out of my house, bitch. That's what I'm putting down. Now he's letting you play this little game that you want to play, but you definitely need to know, Smitty, that y'all ain't on even playing ground when he decide not to play overly fair with you. Because the truth of the matter is, girl, he ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing but protect the lifestyle that you've become accustomed to living. That whole situation don't really have nothing to do with you. And what you need to do is shut up and stop meddling and stuff before you end up floating in the Hudson, honey. Oh, he's getting on my nerves. Getting on my last nerve. That's Smitty. You act like Martin married into your family. That's how you acting. That's how you're acting. Don't get it twisted. Martin wasn't no bed wench. He might buck you here and there, but he not no bed wench, heifer. Okay. I ain't taking none of that back. I said what I said. I ain't taking none of it back. And that's how I felt. And that's how I feel about the situation. You trying to make it be how things usually be. But in this situation, funny how the tables turn. Let's move on. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of Smitty, and I don't like the way Smitty's acting. Kat done tried again. Listen, that whole thing with Kat and Tomas and the nasty dancer. Chill. I can't. That whole thing was cornball. All of it. Only thing good about that whole 30 minutes of the program was baby Kat's red dress was everything. And she was wearing the hell out of it. Kat looked good, baby. Miss Kat was killing it in that red dress. That is all. The dress looked good. It moved good. Her hair was pretty. Her makeup was pretty. She looked like an absolute beautiful little doll. She did. I loved all of it. But baby, I could not take I couldn't take him seriously with that ugly haircut. And then he was talking smack to Tomas. I said, now wait a minute. Now listen, old blockhead really do irritate me at times. Little blockhead Tomas, I ain't happy with Tomas. But Tomas didn't deserve that. He was just as nasty and rude and trying to get all up in Kat. I said, now wait a minute. Hold on. You're doing too much. And then he wasn't even giving me Latin lover. He was giving me arrogant girlfriend. Girl, shut up, honey. Dancing fool. He was a mess. And then Tomas got his little footing about him. And they was still kind of like, I said, okay. So I said, okay, so they done got things back on track. They get ready to go on over here and hit it, you know. They got over there. Tomas, baby, your pain is trash. It's again, your nose is wide open like this, and Kat is giving, honey. I tried. He had her all worked up. Honey. I said, look at her. She was worked up. You hear me? She was worked up. She's ready to explode. He got over there, honey, and gave her. See, listen, Tomas, you might want to go on over there and play around with Eva, but Eva's a hoe from back in the day from round the way. So I think you go over there with Eva, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. And Kat is just too nice and too pulled up to hurt your feelings. Kat actually needs what Auntie Danny is getting. Kat need to run into an Andre, honey. Kat, the way that Kat was all filled up and ready to go. Kat, that's what Kat was ready for. And honey, that Tomas. I said, no, Tomas, you giving her this, baby. She needs a standing ovation. That's what she needs. I don't know what you got going on, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And you're just sitting there like, oh, yes, and I just can't help it. And I'm just sitting in meetings and I'm just thinking about having you like this. She's like, really? Like this? And then when he said, oh, I just can't wait to do some more. And she's like, oh, you ready for a second round? She said, oh, of that again today? I fell out laughing. I said, that's what it is. And they shady. The writers are shady. Ooh, they shady. Y'all done gave him trash pain, honey. I said, oh, Tomas. And he cute with his little, his body is nice and stuff with the little tats and all. He looked like, but it's, Tomas, go sit down. Anyway, I just was like, all right. So I'm laughing at that. And I thought everything was getting ready to be fine, but it's not. It really is that they are not sexually compatible. Baby, he's bringing absolutely nothing to the table. Sorry, blockhead. It's not working out. It's not. Last thing, two things. I'm totally bored with Allison and Chelsea. But we get ready to kick it into high gear. We actually are going to get it where Allison's about to snap all the way out. She didn't already threaten Chelsea. Chelsea gave her the old Dupree speech about how she's going to put some paperwork on her. And she's giving, oh, I'm going to show you something, bitch. Show I am. I said, oh, honey, you done let the fool out of the box. So this should actually pick up some more. Allison, she hiding in corners and peeking her. Yeah, she get ready to snap all the way out. And I'm here for every bit of it. And listen, Chelsea was talking some good stuff to her. And Madison was like, oh, yes, the way you talk to her, girl, wait, Madison, until she comes up missing. Wait till she kidnap her or something, honey. It's get ready to go down. Chelsea, she gonna throw you in the trunk or something, baby. That's the way it is. You gonna be talking that shit, she gonna throw you in the trunk. And I'm here for it. I'm waiting because again, you need to learn your lesson because again, you had such friendly vajayjay that you done worked yourself into a corner with a whole fool. A whole fool. She gives me very rabbits in a pot. That's what she gives. So I'm ready for that to kick off. The Leslie and Eva and more of the drama. Well, she said, girl, you keep on coming in here with this Leslie drama. I said, oh, she's gonna hurt her feelings. Sure enough, Leslie got mad as hell. She said, Leslie drama. That's what she said. Leslie drama, girl. She's sick of you. You begging fool. All these little money games and stuff. And she don't want to, she's running away from the whole inheritance thing and all that. And she's doing more to guilt tripping. I don't know how I feel about that. We need to get whatever this is moving along so we can get crazy Leslie back to acting crazy because I done got bored with her now. She ain't even wearing the cute little outfits and stuff. You just getting boring. You just, regular crazy, just hanging around. We don't like that. That's what we looking for. I like the old crazy Leslie. This Leslie is just like, girl, just sit down. Oh, entitled Leslie. We need you to go back to acting crazy and getting your wigs and things. Anyway, so that's it. That's all I got. I knew I wasn't going to hold y'all too long because, again, pretty much filler episodes. But, again, we trust the process here at the Beyond the Gates. So I believe Thursday is going to be our normal type of Thursday. And we're going to get some action. And I'm totally here for it. I'm totally ready for some action. I am. I sure am. Yes, indeedy. So listen, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I am tired. I'm going to go run up underneath the water, baby. And I'm going to get somewhere and lay down. And I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.